ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सागररघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी अशतदेशतारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण
कृष्ण कृष्ण
हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण
हरे कृष्णा
कृष्ण
कृष्ण
हरे
कृष्ण हरे हरे
हरे
हरे राम
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 हरे
राम हरे हरे
कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते नमो ब्राह्मण देवाय गो ब्राह्मण हिताय च जगद्हिताय कृष्णाय गोविंदाय ते नमः तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतिषे नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमस्ते हरिदास की जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्णा एवरीवन।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
हरे कृष्णा वेलकम एवरीवन। हरे कृष्ण। We have to start prayers by Devahuti. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। श्रीमद् भागवतम Canto 3 chapter 33 verse 2. So now we are reading prayers of Devahuti. So the last class we read prayers by Kardamamuni, right? So now who is Devahuti? Devahuti is daughter of
wife.
Yeah, Kardamamuni's wife. And whose daughter is she? Who's
Kapila Muni's.
Kapila Muni's mother. She is mother of
sorry.
Kapila Muni. Yeah. And who is her father?
Swayambhuva Manu.
Yeah, Swayambhuva Manu, right? So she is, such a great lineage she comes from. She is son of the first Manu, who is like from whom? Like we are all called Manushya, no? Manushya means actually it started from Manu only. So he's the Swayambhuva Manu. So who is the current Manu? Who is current Manu?
Vaivasvata Manu.
Yeah, correct. Vaivasvata Manu is the current Manu. So she is the daughter of Swayambhuva Manu and wife of Kardama Muni and mother of Lord Kapila. So Lord Kapila is incarnation of Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? So he's God himself. So now, so he Kardama Muni, right? He after he paid obeisances to the Lord, and where he knows that his son is the Lord has come in his wife's womb as his son, and then he paid obeisances and he left. So after that, then Kapila Muni, he gives his mother, the knowledge of Sankhya, right? So it starts from chapter 26. So we are in chapter 33 now. So after he explains everything, right? So he explains in detail about the material nature. So how does this material world function, and how Krishna is the seed giving father, right? So he explains everything in there, and how and there is one of the chapter, I think in 30 or 31, he explains about the birth, no? How even the taking birth is so, I mean, it's not very easy for the fetus inside the mother's womb. So much difficulties it has to go through. So all that in very detail it is given, how it is formed, and every week it has been explained how it grows and how what are the struggle it faces, and finally it prays to the Lord in the womb that once I take birth, I mean, I will do the devotional service. No, I don't want any more suffering. So that's what we pray. But then once we come to this material world, we forget everything. So all that he explains to his mother in detail, and then how about the 24 elements, and how the pure soul, the soul is pure in nature when it comes and becomes contaminated, right? And we acquire the three modes, the sattva, rajo, and tamoguna. So these three modes, how it is binding, and why we are in this material world. So the main reason is because of the fruitive activities, right? And how one gets so much attached in his family life and he forgets his main purpose. No? So the self-realization itself, he forgets what is the main purpose, and how he gets entangled, and then he falls into lower species by engaging in more and more in fruitive activities, and in sense gratification, he falls down to lower species of life. He explains that, and then he says that different kind of health is, so how the person will go to a hell for doing some sinful activities. So that has been also described in, all this was detailedly described. And then after everything, and then he says, so this first sloka, first verse, it's not a part of prayer, but we can just read the translation. So here Sri Maitreya Muni. So this discussion, we know who is Maitreya Muni, and who else? Maitreya Muni is speaking to whom here? Maitreya said, no? Maitreya Muni.
Vidura?
Correct. Vidura. No? So Vidura and Maitreya Muni, so the discussion is going on here. So Maitreya Muni is explaining here that thus Devahuti, the mother of Lord Kapila and wife of Kardama Muni, became freed from all ignorance concerning devotional service and transcendental knowledge. So he also explains about devotional service. How by taking devotional service, or by gaining all this Sankhya, the knowledge, one gets into the devotional service. So actually the goal of gaining all this transcendental knowledge is to become fixed in devotional service, right? That is the main goal. So that he says. And then she offered her obeisances unto the Lord, the author of the basic principles of Sankhya system of philosophy, which is the background of liberation, and satisfied him with the following verses of prayer. So from there the prayer starts now. So we'll start with the first prayer of Devahuti. So there are 8 verses, 7 verses. Devahuti Ruvacha Atapi ajo anta salile shayanam bhutendriyartatmamayam vapuste gunapravaham sadashesha bijam datyau swayam yej jatarabjataha. Can repeat after me. Devahuti Ruvacha
Devahuti Ruvacha.
अथापि अजो अन्तसलिले शयानम्
Athapi
Atapi yajo antasalile shayanam.
भूतेन्द्रियार्थात्ममयं वपुस्ते
Bhutendriyarthatmamayam vapuste.
गुणप्रवाहं सदशेषबीजम्
Prabham sabijam.
दद्यौ स्वयं यज् जठरब्जजातः
Swayam yaj jatarabjata.
देवहूतिरुवाच
Devahuti Ruvacha.
अथापि अजो अन्तसलिले शयानम्
Athajo anantasalile shayanam.
भूतेन्द्रियार्थात्ममयं वपुस्ते
Bhutendriyarthatmamayam vapuste.
गुणप्रवाहं सदशेषबीजम्
Gunah prabhavam sadesha bijam.
दद्यौ स्वयं यज्जठराब्जजातः
Swayam yajatharajata.
Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Devahuti said, Brahma is said to be unborn because he takes birth from the lotus flower which grows from your abdomen while you lie in the ocean at the bottom of the universe. But even Brahma simply meditated upon you, whose body is the source of unlimited universes. We'll read the purport.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I can read the purport.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Purport. Brahma is also named Aja, he who is unborn. Whenever we think of someone's birth, there must be a material father and mother, but thus one is born. For Brahma, being the first living creature within this universe, was born directly from the body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is known as Garbhodakshai Vishnu, the Vishnu form lying down in the ocean at the bottom of the universe. Devahuti wanted to impress upon the Lord that when Brahma wants to see him, he has to meditate upon him. You are the seed of all creation, she said. Although Brahma was directly born from you, he still has to perform many years of meditation, and even then he cannot see you directly face to face. Your body is lying within the vast water at the bottom of the universe, and thus you are known as Garbhodakshai Vishnu. The nature of the Lord's gigantic body is also explained in this verse. That body is transcendental, untouched by matter. Since the material manifestation has come from his body therefore existed before the material of Vishnu. Unless
Mataji can't hear you.
personality of Godhead. Devahuti said, you are the background of the material manifestation and all created energy. Therefore, you were delivering me from the clutches of Maya by explaining explaining this system of Sankhya philosophy is not so astonishing. But your being born from the abdomen is certainly wonderful, because although you are the source of all creation, you are so kindly taken birth as my child. That is most wonderful. Your body is the source of all the universe, and still you put your body within the abdomen of a common woman like me. To me, this is most astonishing. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Okay, here Devati is saying that Brahma is also unborn, because Brahma is not taken birth like us, right? It's not like he don't have any material father and mother. He was directly came from the navel of Garbhodakashai Vishnu. Okay, who are the three Purushas? Who are the three Purushas?
Karanodakshai Vishnu, Garbhodakshai Vishnu, and Shirodakshai Vishnu.
Yes.
Hare
What
Krishna.
are, and what are their function? Like Karnadaka Sai Vishnu or Mahavishnu, no? Mahavishnu, what does he do?
He
Mataji,
Yeah.
he glances at the material nature
And
and creates universes.
yes, so n number of universes come from his breathing, right? It is said when Mahavishnu breathes, multiple, I mean, unlimited universes come out of his body. And at the time of annihilation, it again goes inside. And okay, so then there is his expansion is Garbhodakshai Vishnu. And what does he do? What is his function?
He enters into each of the universe.
Yeah. So only when the Lord enters, there is a life, just like in our body, right? What is the difference between a living body and a dead body? Just the soul, no? So if the soul is there, we say that person is living. And if the soul is out of the body, then it is considered as death. So similarly, this universe itself cannot exist if the Lord's energy is not there. He is there. Because of him, we are there and everything is in place, no? So Krishna says in chapter 7, Matta parataram nanyat, no? Matta parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya mai sarvavedam idam protam sutre manigana iva. So everything is staying in orbit, all the planets, and it is because of my energy. So there you can understand it's because of Krishna's energy, everything. So that is staying in place, no? And then who is the other Vishnu? The third expansion,
Shirodakshai.
Shirodakashai. And what does he do? Where does he?
Soul in everyone.
Yeah.
it's the
Super
Shiro
soul.
Daksha is in
He is the
everybody's,
super soul.
in every person, individuals, 84 lakh species.
Yes. So he's all not, he's there in all the 84 lakh species as super soul or the Paramatma. No? And what does Paramatma do? What does he do?
He witnesses the actions of the jivas.
And two functions he does. What is the another function of Paramatma? One is, yeah.
He
Yes,
guides
Madhurya.
the person,
Hmm.
what we call
Yes.
as conscious.
He is a director, no? He is
Yes.
also as like a director. He says mantra rudani mayaya, no? Ishvara sarva bhutanam Ruddesh Arjuna tishtati Brahmayan sarva bhutani yantra rudani mayaya. So under his direction only the living entity is doing all. But so basically what it means is directing in the sense. So Krishna is approving the desires, no? Basically the desires are there. Upadrashta anumanta cha. उपद्रष्टानुमन्ता च भर्ता भोक्ता महेश्वरः परमात्मेति चाप्युक्तः देहेस्मिन् पुरुषः परः. So there it is said what Paramatma does as Paramatma. Krishna says upadrashta. He sees. No, he sees. That is why Krishna knows all our birth, how millions of birth we have taken, and he has account of all it. He what does he do? He takes account of all our karmas, whatever we are doing, and accordingly he gives the results. No, the whatever the action we are getting. Sometimes we may feel like what I don't deserve this. Something is happening in my life and I feel I really I have not done anything bad to anyone. Why am I getting all this suffering? No, many times we feel that, but we forget that this is not just one life. No, I've taken so many lives and I forgot. I don't remember what I've done, but then that is called the Sanchit karma. No, Sanchit karma means every life we will be some portion is sent because we cannot handle so many lives we have taken, so many things we have done, so many sinful activities we would have done. Nobody remembers. So Krishna gives in a such way so much we can handle in that life. No, that's what we are. So he's the Upadrashta and Anumanta. Anumanta means the only thing the soul does is to desire. So he is the one who grants the desire. Whatever it is, he grants it. So even if the people want to forget it, Krishna make them to forget, right? So that is the one. So if we don't wish, if we don't endeavor to get Krishna, Krishna will make us forget. This we see in detail in chapter 16 also, where Krishna says that I will put them into the lower species. Why? Because they don't want Krishna. They want to engage in all the abominable activities. And Krishna says that Tanyaham Dvishata Kruran Samsareshu Naradaman. So he says there that Samsareshu Naradaman, they are the lowest of mankind. I will put them into Asuri Sheshva Yonishu. He says that I am going to put them in the demonic species of life, in the womb of a demonic mother. And Prabhupada says even the hunters, so-called hunters in forest also, they are called as one of the demonic species because they're engaged in so much cruelty. No? They don't see that there is some life in another animal. So unnecessarily killing, like Mrugari. No? So these things are being accounted, and accordingly Krishna will give the fruits of our action. So these three Vishnus are there, and here he is mentioning that because she knows now, because after hearing everything from the Lord, she has understood that he is the Lord himself, and she knew before the birth also that the Lord is going to come as his son. No, so now she's paying obeisances, and she's saying that even Brahma could not. I mean, he had to meditate because otherwise it is not easy to see the Lord. Correct? So, how many years Brahma meditated? Anyone knows? How many years Brahma
Thousands of
meditated?
years. 1,000 years.
Yeah, 1,000 years, not our years, according to the celestial, like the Devatas years. So, in that means it will be many years, thousands of years he meditated. And then what happens is, what did he hear? He heard some sound, no? What was that sound?
Tapa.
Yeah, tapa, no? He heard the sound.
Yes,
and yeah, after that, actually he didn't hear sound first. I mean, he didn't meditate first. First, actually, he found himself alone in that dark. It was completely dark everywhere, and he found himself he didn't know what was his purpose. And then he hears the sound tapa, and then it is said that Brahma is very intelligent, right? Of course, because he's born from Garbhodakshaya Vishnu directly, and he's the secondary creator. And he was intelligent, so immediately he started. Tapa means it is tapas. So he started to meditate. And after 1,000 years, Lord being pleased, he gave darshan, and then he gave him all the knowledge which was required to create. And that's how Brahma started the creation. So that is why even Lord is called as Aja. He and also Ajopi san avyayatma, Krishna says, no, in chapter 4, I think. So similarly, here Brahma is also called as Aja because he is unborn. And here Prabhupada says that because he don't have a material father and mother like us, right? We are all born because of our, yes, we are born because of our karma, no? Karmas and desires. So it is said, if sometimes what happens, if I have a desire to be born in a, like I want to, I have a multimillionaire, house or like that. I may have the dream, oh, next life at least I should be there. No, that is my desire. But my karma is such that I have done so many sinful activities. So what will happen? Krishna will approve both. So my desire will be fulfilled, but then I may be born like some insect there in that house. So not necessary that I'll be born as a rich person. So if my karma is not good, even if I have a desire, then it is not going to do any good. So both has to be there. So karma has to be good and also our desire. That is why, it is Krishna says that always throughout life we have to remember. It's not like at the antakale cha mameva smaran mukta kalevaram. Krishna says at the end of life, if you think of me, you can come to me. But how is it possible to get such a life that is liberated and to be in kingdom of God? So for that, our karmas to be aligned in such a way. We have to only thing can save us is association with the devotees. Association with the devotees and hearing about the Lord and his pastimes. Only these things can make us remember always about the Lord, so that we can be even at the time of death we can remember. Prabhupada says that is the success of person. If we are able to remember Lord, even at the time of death, because it's not easy. Many devotees who have worked, who have served for many years, more than 15 years also. When Mataji also had shared her experience, like almost near death experience, where she was in coma and she was almost went to death, and I read that article where she was like, Krishna showed her everything, how in all the actions she was protected also. Krishna had protected her also. But one thing was, when she went to coma, and it was very hard for her to remember the Lord, because that time we will remember one of our close person, like that we will remember. Very hard, not easy. That is why Krishna says, whatever ma manusmara yudhyacha, no? Even while fighting, you think of me, like that he says. So when we are working, that means we should be knowing what we are working for, Krishna, or whatever we are doing here, we should remember the Lord. So only then we will be able to remember at the time of death. So here, so she's saying that even Brahma, though he was born directly from the Lord, also he had to meditate. Then how much we have to do, right? So we are the we are part and parcel of the Lord. But then, so that is why Krishna also loved us also. But then we have to really endeavor a lot to know the Lord. So here this is about the three. So the Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, and Prabhupada explains that the transcendent, the body of the Lord Vishnu is also not made of material elements. So it is the source of all other living entities, because at the time of annihilation, it is said everybody, they go into they'll be lying in the stomach of the Lord. So, you are the background of material manifestation and all creative energy. Therefore, you are delivering me from clutches of Maya by explaining the system. So, the main purpose of knowing this knowledge is to get delivered from Maya. No? Because Krishna says, no, Maya adhyakshena prakritihi suyate sacharacharam hetunanena kaunteya jagat viparivartate. So, Maya adhyakshena prakriti. So, all this material nature is running as per my direction. So, similarly, here, even in Bhagavad Gita, if we see, Bhagavad Gita is divided into 3 parts, no? What are the first 6 chapters called?
Karma Yoga?
Yes. And the 7th to 12th is called as?
Bhakti Yoga?
Yes. And last 6 chapters are about?
Jnana Yoga?
Jnana Yoga.
Jnana Yoga.
Yeah, Jnana Yoga, no? So, Prabhupada says there, see, actually the highest is Bhakti, no? So whatever, all the things we are doing, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, everything is to attain Bhakti. So if we have already attained Bhakti, then why should we gain knowledge? From 13th chapter, it starts about knowledge. Because that is also to develop more love for God, unless we know about somebody, right? So if a boy, if somebody is, if a boy is liking a girl, right? Or if he want to impress her, he has to know more about her liking, no? What she likes, what is her favorite color, or a food, or like that. No, in materially also, if you take any relationship, if you develop a relationship, how does it happen? You have to show interest and know more. No? That is what. Then only we can know. So similarly, even in this one also. So if we have to love the Lord, so it's not easy immediately. So we have to see first how wonderful the Lord is. So that is why Krishna explains about all these opulences in chapter 10. But so that even the people who don't take to Krishna consciousness, with love, like they, at least by fear, somebody takes, no? By seeing the Vishwarupa in chapter 11, by seeing that, at least people take into devotional service, no? Somehow Krishna wants people to come to the devotional service, so that because only he is a well-wisher of us, no? Surudam Sarva Bhutanam. So he is only well-wishing because he knows that we are suffering here. Unnecessarily, we are struggling here. When we have, Prabhupada says, Krishna is our rich father and we are unnecessarily suffering here. No? Why should we suffer here? So Krishna wants us back. So that is why he gives so many challenges in life, all troubles, everything, so that to reform us only, not to make us suffer. But some things where Krishna does not interfere in our karmas, usually unless if the person is not completely surrendered, no, the Lord cannot interfere in our karmas. Otherwise, Krishna says, who surrenders unto me, I will deliver also. Sarva dharman paritejya, right? So everything Krishna can do it, because even the Maya is so strong, but then she is also working as per the Lord's direction. So Maya says that it is very thankless job for her. No, she is not interested to do that, but then as a duty, because the devotees take all the pain, but because as the Lord, as per the order of Lord, they will do the work. So even Maya is actually, she don't want to send people who are not eligible to go to spiritual world. So she gives challenges, so only to purify us, because she is also a devotee of the Lord. So here she says that so it was not wonderful for her that to know that that to know about that he is the source of creation. But wonderful thing she says here, that even being so wonderful and he's the Lord of the universe, he chose a common person, no, like to be born in her womb. So that was really great, right? That is most astonishing, no, she says, because we can't understand Krishna. So we'll go to the next one now. स एव विश्वस्य भवान् विदत्ते गुणप्रवाहेन विभक्तवीर्यः सर्गादि अनिलो वितताभिसन्धिर् आत्मेश्वरोऽतर्क्य सहस्रशक्तिः स एव विश्वस्य भवान् विदत्ते
विश्वस्य भवान् विदत्ते
गुणप्रवाहेण विभक्तवीर्यः
गुणप्रवाहेन विभक्तवीर्यः
सर्गाद्यनीहो वितताभिसन्धिर्
सर्गाद्यनीहो वितताभिसन्धिर्
आत्मेश्वरो तर्क्य सहस्रशक्तिः
आत्मेश्वरो तरक्य सहस्रशक्ति
Yes, Sai Shri Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. May I read?
Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna everybody. Dana Pranam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Shila Prabhupada Ki Jai. My dear Lord, although personally you have nothing to do, you have distributed your energies in the interaction of the material mode of nature, and for that reason the creation, maintenance and dissolution of the cosmic manifestation take place. My dear Lord, you are self-determined and are the Supreme Personality of Godhead for all living entity. For them you created this material manifestation, and although you are one, your diverse energies can act multifariously. This is inconceivable to us. Purport. The statement made in this verse by Devahuti. Hare Krishna Mataji, can you please scroll up a little bit? Thank you, Mataji. The statement made in this verse by Devahuti that the Absolute Truth has many diverse energies, although he personally has nothing to do, is confirmed in the Upanishads. There is no one greater than him or an equal level with him, and everything is completely done by his energy, as is by nature. It is understood herein, therefore, that although the mode of material nature are entrusted to different manifestations like Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, each of whom is particularly invested with different kinds of power, the Supreme Lord is completely aloof from such activities. Devahuti Devahuti is saying, although you personally are not doing anything, your determination is absolute. There is no question of you fulfilling your will with the help of anyone else beside yourself. You are in the end the supreme soul and the supreme controller. Therefore, therefore your will cannot be checked by anyone else. The Supreme Lord can check others' plan. As it is said, man proposes and God disposes. But when the Supreme Personality of Godhead proposes, that desire is under no one else's control. He is absolute. We are ultimately dependent on Him to fulfill our desire. But we cannot say that God's desire are also dependent. That is His inconceivable power. That which may be inconceivable for ordinary living entities is easily done by Him. And in spite of His being unlimited, He has subjected Himself to being known from the authoritative scriptures like the Vedic literatures. As it is said, Shabda Mula Sabda Mulatvat. He can be known through the Sabda Brahma or Vedic literature. Why is the creation made? Since the Lord is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, for all living entity, He created this material manifestation for those living entities who want to enjoy or lord it over material nature. As the Supreme Godhead, He arranges to fulfill their various desires. It is confirmed also in the Vedas. Eko bahunamyo vidadati kaman. The Supreme One supplies the necessities of the many living entities. There is no limit to the demands of the different kinds of living entities and the Supreme One. The Supreme Personality of Godhead alone maintains them and supplies them by His inconceivable energy. Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Translation. My dear Lord, although personally you have nothing to do, you have distributed your energies in the interactions of material modes of nature, and for that reason, the creation, maintenance, and dissolution of the cosmic manifestation take place. My dear Lord, you are self-determined and are the supreme personality of Godhead for all living entities. For them, you created this material manifestation, and although you are one, your diverse energies act multifariously. This is inconceivable to us. So Krishna has three different energies, no? What are they?
Myra?
Three different energies.
Superior energy, inferior energy, and marginal.
Yes. External,
Internal.
and marginal. Okay.
Internal
So what
to
is
marginal.
external energy? What is the external energy of Krishna?
Through material
Material.
activities.
Material nature,
Maya.
no? Material nature, Maya is called as material, that is a external energy. And what is the marginal energy or marginal potency?
It's
Living
for the
entities.
human being.
Yeah, living entities. And what are these internal energy of the Lord means? What does He do with the internal energy? What does Lord do?
Spiritual energy.
Spiritual energy.
Yeah, spiritual energy. And
Universe.
what about His all incarnation? They come in what? Which energy? Krishna's
Internal.
all internal, right? So those all His the expansions, no immediate expansions, all those are because they are non-different. All are Vishnu Tattvas. All the Krishna's Krishna is other incarnations are all Vishnu Tattvas. So they are all come under internal energy. And even the devotees also, who are pure devotees, they are handled by the Yoga Maya. So there are two Maya, no? One is Mahamaya and another is Yoga Maya. So Mahamaya means we, because we get bewildered by Maya and the illusion. We get illusion, no? We get attracted by the external energy of the Lord. So that is also Krishna's energy only. That is for the people who are not so obedient, no? So Krishna has made this, and here it is said that it is you who has created this manifestation. No? Why did Krishna do that? He didn't for living entities. It is mentioned here for all living entities. No, here somewhere it says. material modes, you created this material manifestation, and although you are not that one. So basically, yeah. So your energies in the interactions of material mode of nature, and for that reason, right? Because of the energies getting interacted with the three modes of material nature. And when we come, and because of that reason, the different desires of the living entities, to fulfill that desire, Krishna created this material world. So otherwise, people will tell why Krishna first, if it is Dukkhalayam, or in first place, why did the Lord create? Lord didn't have any wish, no? It is because we desired, and he is a father. It is like desire fulfilling father. Like Prabhupada gives us a famous verse from Kathopanishad here. Ekopi bahunam vidadati kaman. No? So this one, Vedas, it says, Eko bahunam yo vidadati kaman. So what does it mean? So he alone. So nityo nityanam, the complete verse is nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam eko vapi bahunam ya vidadati kaman. So basically, we are also pure, the soul, and Krishna is also nityo nityanam, always ever existing. No? Nityo chetanas chetananam, both are chetana, consciousness. So then what is the difference between us and the Lord? So the difference is that he alone can maintain. It is very hard. Even for our own maintenance, we are dependent on the Lord. No, we are nothing. We don't have anything in hand. We think that we have control, but that is because of our three mode of nature. No, prakriti kriyamana ni gunai karmani sarvashah ahankara vimudhatma karta hamiti manyate. So there in chapter 14, right? 14 or 3 also it comes. It says, because of three modes of nature, person thinks, because of the false ego, that he is a doer. Actually, he is not the doer. No? Who are the three doers? We learned about three doers in Bhagavad Gita, no? So anything to happen, there are three doers. So what are they? Who are those three doers? See, anything to happen.
Farmer.
Okay, you are okay, Mataji. You are you are talking about the 5 things, no, which are required for a thing to happen. Yeah, that is also. But then 3 doers Krishna speaks about in Bhagavad Gita. Yes, Mataji.
Jiva, Prakriti, and soul.
Jiva is Prakriti. This one, no.
Sorry. Yeah, super soul. Super soul,
yes. So super soul. So these 3 are always there. We always forget. So when something is happening, people put so much endeavor to happen. Like sometimes we see people are working very hard. There can be 2 brothers working in the same kind of shop they may have, putting the same amount of work, but one may be successful, other not. No. So why? Because those are all, so many things are there behind that. That could be karma, no? Karma also is there, and Krishna gives different result for both of them. So according to their karma. So we don't understand. So we think that, okay, whoever work hard, they can get result. It's not like that. It does not work like that. But yeah, but then we also have to do. It's not that I can simply sit quiet, because Krishna says, no, 5 factors are determined for success of any work. So that I will tell later. So now we are speaking about the 3 doers. So one is the jiva, or the soul. So the soul, it puts all the endeavor and everything for the work. And then there's a material nature. We take the help of material nature. Without that, we cannot. Even if we have to build a home, I need so many things, and which is I'm taking from material nature. No, we exploit actually. No, Krishna says the jivas are the higher entities who are exploiting this material nature. In the 7th chapter, he says that. So we can't claim that it is completely mine. Everything, whatever we have, it is because of material nature, and again, it is also coming from the Lord only. So that we don't understand his supremacy. So Krishna, when he says that he is the supreme controller, he is the supreme enjoyer, we don't understand. But if we see anything, if we take the cause will be the Lord only. No, so there are like it could be like immediate cause, could be something else, but ultimate cause, if we see, that is always the Lord. No, so like if there is you get a milk. No, this example Prabhupada gives. So if you want to a milk, we will first go to a shop and we'll get it. And for the shop person, how did he get that milk packet? From a dairy. And from dairy, like there is a cow farmer. No, from there he gives. So then who created the cow? Krishna created 84 lakh species. Only because of him it came. No, so finally, if we see anything root cause, Krishna will be the cause. So he is the cause of all causes. Ishvaraha Sar Paramaha Krishnaha Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. So Krishna is said to be all causes of all causes. So when he has created this world, right? So he has simply not created, he is also sustaining it. He's doing all the activity, doing the creation and sustaining, that is maintaining this by providing necessary things, whatever we want in this universe. And then annihilation. So until he keeps on doing, no, actually he's called, it's like a child play for the Lord to create, sustain and annihilate. No, it's very easily he does. Just by thinking he can. Krishna in Vishnu Sahasranam also, one word, God is called as Manustvashta. No, there's one verse. No, Aprameyo Rishikeshav Padmanabho Maraprabhu Vishwakarma Manustvashta Stavishtastaviro Dhruvaha, something, I forget the last line. So it says Manustvashta means he can create just with the thinking. Can anybody do that? I mean, we need so many things to happen, all right? But just by his will, Krishna can create, Krishna can sustain, and he can annihilate also, just with his will. And we can see that, I mean, even when he was here, when the Lord came, we saw like just when he could wish, I mean, he could do anything, no? So, I mean, how he, when he wanted to kill Shishupal or any other demons, just with wish, he was, immediately, he didn't need a help of anyone. Here also Devahuti is saying that you don't need actually the help of anyone. All of them are there, but Krishna will take their help, but does not mean he's dependent on them. He can otherwise also, he can do it. So he's completely independent. So he's also said as Swarat, no? He's completely independent and he's not dependable, and he's inconceivable. His energies is also inconceivable, and also even Devatas also cannot understand the Lord. So that is what here she says, that even the Lord Brahma, he had to meditate, no? So that was the previous verse. Okay. So we saw there in the previous verse that even the Brahma had to meditate for creation. And he acts, how does he act? In the sense, Prabhupada gives the example, how he uses his energies. Just like there's a fire, and from fire comes the light and heat, correct? So being situated in one place, the sun distributes its light and heat to some distance. So similarly, the Lord being in Goloka, because he's Goloka eva nivasati akilatma bhuto, he is there at Goloka, but then he is able to take care even in the smallest of entities. He sustains. It is because of his energies. So here she's explaining about the inconceivable potencies of the Lord. Okay, we'll go to the one more verse. Sattvam bruto me jhatareena natha khatam nu yasyodara etadasi vishvam yugante vatapatra ekaha shete sma maya shishuranghripanaha. Repeat after me. Sattvam bruto me jhatareena natha.
Rito me jasade nanatha.
कथं नु यस्योदर एतदासीत्
Katham no yashodhara ekadashit.
विश्वं युगान्ते वटपत्रये कः
Vishwam yugante vatapatra ekaha.
चेते स्म माया शिशुरङ्घ्रिपानः
Ete mamaya shishuranghripanaha.
सत्त्वमृतो मे चटरेण नाथ
Tattvam rito me jatarena natha.
कथं नु यस्योदर एतदासीत्
Katham no yashodhara etad ashit.
विश्वं युगान्ते वटपत्रये कः
Vishwam yugante vatapatra ekaha.
शेते स्म माया शिशुरङ्घ्रिपानः
Ete samamaya shishuranghripanaha.
Translation. As the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you have taken birth from my abdomen. O my Lord, how is that possible for the Supreme One, who has in his belly all the cosmic manifestations? The answer is that it is possible, for at the end of millennium, you lie down on a leaf of a banyan tree, and just like a small baby, you lick the toe of your lotus foot. Yes, Muralidhar Prabhu, please read the book.
Yes, Mataji. Purport. At the time of dissolution, the Lord sometimes appears as a small baby lying on a leaf of a banana tree, floating on the devastating water. Therefore, Devahuti suggests, your lying down within the abdomen of a common woman like me is not so astonishing. You can lie down on the leaf of a banyan tree and float on the water of devastation as a small baby. It is not very wonderful, therefore, that you can lie down in the abdomen of my body. You teach us that those who are very fond of children within this material world and who therefore enter into marriage to enjoy family life with children can also have the Supreme Personality of Godhead as their child. And the most wonderful thing is that the Lord himself licks his toe. Since all the great sages and devotees apply all energy and all the activities in the service of the lotus feet of the Lord, there must be some transcendental pleasure in the toes of his lotus feet. The Lord licks his toe to taste the nectar for which the devotees always aspire. Sometimes the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself wonders how much transcendental pleasure is within himself, and in order to taste his own potency, he sometimes takes the position of tasting himself. The Lord Chaitanya is Krishna himself, but he appears as a devotee to taste the sweetness of the transcendental mellow in himself, which is tasted by Srimati Radharani, the greatest of all devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Is there any other class going to be there? I saw some message in the chat. Hare Krishna. Jiveshwara Krishna Chandra Das Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Can someone tell me? Any of you from any other class? Is there any class now? 8 o'clock? Is Nita Mataji?
No idea. Earlier
No
it
idea.
used to be there.
Okay.
There used to
Yeah.
be Krishna book class, but for this month, we are having it in the morning, Mataji. Immediately
Was it the
after.
same link? Is it the same link?
Mataji, that is Nama
No,
link.
Mataji.
Different
No.
one.
It is Namanishta Prabhu's link.
Yeah,
Morning.
Jiveshwara Prabhu, can you please unmute? You have sent me some messages. Gujarati L2 classes on this link on daily basis, he says. I don't know. I have no idea. I need to check. No other class. Okay. No, that is okay. Okay, fine. I have no idea. Maybe okay, we'll conclude soon. If maybe somebody has a class at 8, I need to check with Devika Mataji next time. Okay. So in this verse, we'll just see the translation once again. As the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you have taken birth from my abdomen. O my Lord, how is it possible for the Supreme One who has in his belly all cosmic manifestation? The answer is that it is possible. For at the end of millennium, you lie down on a leaf of a banyan tree, and just like a small baby, you lick the toe of your lotus foot. So here again, Devahuti is speaking about the inconceivable potency of the Lord. So she's one way she's saying that how is it like the person you are the one who is holding the cosmic manifestation, and how come you taking birth in his in her womb? So she says that yes, nothing is astonishing for me, because I mean, these are all very easily, Krishna can do anything. So here it says, you lie on a banyan tree. So this was seen by whom? Which Muni? At the time of annihilation, one Rishi sees this, that Krishna in a baby form lying on a banyan leaf. And you have seen that picture?
Yes, Mataji. Markandeya Munina, right?
Yeah. So he was there. He had a boon actually. He was there for 7 kalpas. Can't even imagine. 1 kalpa means of Brahma's 1 day. So huge. So he lived for 7 kalpas, and he was at one of the time at Pralaya time. He was able to witness that Krishna was like licking his own feet. So it is said why? Because the pure devotees also, they all want the dust of lotus feet of the Lord. So Krishna was also seeing what is special in my feet. He was tasting. He was tasting his own feet. So similarly here, Prabhupada gives here towards the end that to taste his own sweetness, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Chaitanya also, Krishna comes as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to know his own sweetness. So it said there are different reasons. There are internal reasons and external reasons. So if we see Chaitanya Charitamrita, so there are some 3 external reasons. Okay, with this we can complete. So anybody knows, you can answer. So there are 3 internal reasons and 3 external reasons for Krishna to come as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So what are the 3 external reasons for Lord to come?
Advaita Prabhu requested him to come.
Correct. So yeah, to fulfill the request of Advaita Prabhu. So his wish, to fulfill the desire of a devotee, he came. So that was one reason. So what are the another reason why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came? One external reason. What did he give? What did he give?
Sankirtana.
Yeah.
Sankirtana.
Yes. So he introduced the devotional service. No, I mean he gave the principles of devotional service, and then he introduced the Nama Sankirtana. So these are the external reasons why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, and then there are 3 internal reasons why he came. So why he came? See, that is externally to give Nam Sankirtan he came, but not necessarily. He could have done that even with his other associates. But why actually he came? What were some internal reasons which are explained by the Acharyas?
To enjoy the mellow of Srimati Radharani.
Yes, to know, the love of Radharani. So to feel that sweetness, how Radharani is so happy, to know that, and then to know his own sweetness. So Krishna, even sometimes he cannot understand why Radharani is loving me so much. No, I am so sweet. So he want to understand. He could not experience that in Krishna's being Krishna. He cannot experience that. What is the feeling of Radharani? So he wanted to experience that feeling also. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes in a mood of Radharani. So one is to taste Radharani's prema, and to taste his own sweetness, and to know the happiness of Srimati Radharani, because Radharani is said to was getting more happiness than Krishna itself. No, in spiritual world, rather than being with Krishna, she gets more bliss than Krishna himself. So he wanted to experience that. So that's why he come in the mood of. So these are the inconceivable potencies, and these are all very internal things which we are so fortunate that we got to know of all these very confidential things from our acharyas. That is why, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is called as, Chaitanya Charitamrita is said to be the PhD. Why? Because in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna only says that surrender. The final instruction was to surrender unto me. And in the Bhagavatam, it starts with that Krishna, accepting Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Janmadi yasya etaha. And then the last shloka of Bhagavatam, it is said it stop with that one has to take into Nama Sankirtana. That is the final message of Bhagavatam. Nama Sankirtana one has to take into. And Chaitanya Charitamrita starts with Nama Sankirtana. So it's like giving the Nama to the people. So that is most merciful incarnation of the Lord. Okay, with this we can stop here. Another 4 shloka will do next class. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thanks for joining.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you.
Hare
Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Panchakalpatarubhyascha कृपा
Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyaiva cha
पावनेभ्यो
पावनेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
कोटि वैष्णवृंद की जय।
वैष्णव की जय, नमस्कार दर्शकों की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare
Devotees, I
Rama.
think there are some new people. If I don't know, if please rejoin again. I'll be closing this. If any Gujarati, okay, Jiveshwara Krishna Das Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Can I announce?
Yeah, please. Yes, Prabhu.
હરે કૃષ્ણ જે પણ ગુજરાતી પાર્ટિસિપન્ટ હોય એના માટે મેં અલગ લિંક મૂકી છે ગ્રુપમાં. આપણે સવારે ભાગવતમમાં જે ક્લાસ હોય એનો એ લિંક છે, તો એમાં જોઈન થઈ જાઓ. અહીંયા વાર થશે એટલે બરાબર છે. હરે કૃષ્ણ માતાજી.
Okay, we are closing, Prabhu. If you have a class, you can take.
Actually we are taking a new link, so if you have any question answer session you can continue, Mataji.
Okay, no problem. No.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thanks for joining. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for coming. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. You can chant 3 times Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you everyone for joining. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everybody. Do not pronounce.